This time on Unexplained Caught on Camera.
I don't know what they're doing. Oh, it just got dark.
A graveyard in Peru where people try and bring the dead back to life. A ghost contestant gets involved in a game of supermarket sweep.
Just thought, oh my gosh, what is happening?
A dog walker's route is temporarily blocked by a crawling creature.
I just had a feeling that there was somebody there watching me.
And monkey business during the unboxing of a new doll.
Swear to God, this thing just looked at me.
All around the world, millions of people are capturing the unexplainable on their mobile phones and security cameras. In this series, we hear firsthand from the people involved.
I was terrified. I was upset.
I saw it, and I captured it on my camera.
Something was there, something was watching us.
What is that?
As we reveal the most remarkable,
I'm getting really dizzy,
spine-chilling,
Oh my God! Oh my God!
and unexplainable footage shot by you.
No, this is freaking me out.
Our experts will be watching along,
That is very odd.
What? Oh, wow.
trying to solve your unexplained mysteries.
When I see a really good piece of evidence, I get really excited because it's putting one more piece of the puzzle together.
I'm open-minded to the possibility, but as a hardcore skeptic, I will always turn to the natural explanations first.
I've been a medium all my life. I was born this way. I think there's so many things that we don't yet know, we don't understand, and we don't have enough knowledge about.
I've got well over 20 years' experience in the paranormal field. And as a technical investigator, I've seen, heard, and experienced things that are truly unexplainable.
This is Unexplained Caught on Camera. South America, Peru. A country of over 30 million people with an ancient history of death rituals to honor the spirits of loved ones. American explorer Frank recently discovered ancient practices still thrive.
I've just made it to the haunted graveyard here in Trujillo. I have to be extremely careful because this place is located in a very dangerous area. The cops already showed up right outside this area.
But the bandits were the least of Frank's worries.
I was told by a lot of the locals to be very careful about this particular graveyard. One, because every graveyard, they believe, tends to have a lot of spirits lingering around, especially if someone was murdered or someone had taken their life.
I'm trying to get into the graveyard right now, and I'm already seeing some activity on the inside. Could be somebody just visiting. See if I can get a little bit closer.
When I first walked into the graveyard, you can't really see the full scale of the graveyard because a lot of these graveyards, especially out there, they go for miles, they're huge. Once I crossed through those walls there, my primary concern is there anybody hiding behind the walls?
It was so dark, Frank had to change the spectral range on his camera.
I just switched it to the GoPro night vision. Trying to see if I can find that person with the candle.
Frank tiptoed under the cover of darkness.
So I seen on the night vision what looked like a glow of lights happening from the very far backside of that graveyard.
Night vision is helping.
I got something over there. Is that outside? No, that's definitely inside, I think. Closer.
What is that?
You would not want to be hanging around there.
A group of people with candles are gathered around a grave.
So I can see some light on the other side of the graveyard. It's kind of far back there, though. I don't know if they're visiting someone or what. What? I'm gonna
What on earth are they doing? Is that a death ritual? Is it some kind of witchcraft?
My God, there's like chanting, singing. There's definitely something going on here.
I think that's satanic. Yeah, that is really creepy.
Are they praying? It looks like they're praying. No te duermas pretty much means don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. And they were repeating that phrase. That I've never heard before. Well, that's kind of spooky.
That is completely weird.
And later, things get even spookier.
No, get out of there. You don't want to hang around there. You'll be the next sacrifice.
Wait, I got movement over there. I want to see what the heck that they were doing up here.
Meanwhile, in the northeast of England, in the coastal town of Scarborough, an active fishing port, but with something fishy being caught hook, line and sinker in an Asian supermarket. Joey Smith owns and runs the store. For the first year, trade was good. Noodles and chili sauce were flying off the shelves. But recently, everything's changed.
I'd finished for the day, gone upstairs and thought, right, time to relax. So I decided to run a bath. From the moment I was relaxed, the alarm started going off. I just thought, oh my gosh, what is happening? So I ran downstairs, came into the store. There was nobody here, which I was like, thank goodness. And then I thought I would review the CCTV. A few seconds before the alarm went off, you could see this massive light shooting across through the freezer room. What is that? It's not an insect. It's not an animal because it's off the ground, moving too fast. I even slowed it down and it was like a double orb.
Oh! Can we look at that again?
Wow, there's clearly an orb of some form that moves from left to right really quickly across the screen.
But the flying light was just the beginning of the unexplained events.
After that incident, things escalated. That's when physical packets started to come off the shelf. We heard the packet fly off the shelf with some force, like it hit the floor quite hard. You can see that the noodle isn't actually falling off itself. It's coming by force by another packet from behind that's pushing it off, which I found was very strange.
Oh, okay.
It's like someone's pushing it from behind.
If it was to fall on its own, it would just come off like that or like that. But as you can see in the video, it's come quite clearly from the back and pushed it off, which we can't do. There's no way it's possible to do that because it's solid.
Wow, that almost looks like someone is actually behind the shelf and pushed the noodles forward.
It's got a solid back wall. It's all You can hear that metal at the back, and you can see there's no people there.
Oh, you can see there's movement with the packet just before it even moves, and that's what's really quite key. This is real because I can see the light anomalies over, which is actually the spirit that's about to move that packet off the shelves. To me, that's 100% real activity.
I'm particularly impressed by this footage. It doesn't look as though the ramen noodle packet could be falling off because it's lost balance. I'm looking at that footage and I'm questioning, and I struggle to find an answer for that.
Whatever it was, the invisible shop assistant was about to go nuts. Meanwhile, in the US, the central state of Illinois is home to Cassie O'Malley, an active TikToker with 4 cheeky monkeys at home. But her passion since childhood has been real monkeys.
I've always, growing up my whole life, loved all kinds of monkeys, apes, orangutans, everything like that. So I just think they're so cute.
As a surprise, Cassie's mum bought her a baby monkey doll.
She thought this was gonna be the best, surprise ever. Oh my fucking God, I swear to God, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my fucking.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I love that.
And I can't believe I didn't drop my phone. My heart totally, I had a heart attack. It was so scary. My heart was racing for a good half an hour, probably. I mean, every time I watched the video after that, I still couldn't believe it. And I was, a little freaked out.
Whoa! That's a real monkey, isn't it?
Just fucking looked at me. Oh my fucking.
Is that a real monkey? Oh my God, that's so creepy.
Oh my fucking God, I swear to God, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my fucking.
This is horrible. This is so horrible already. Oh, that's that's a little bit spooky. That's a little bit spooky.
Oh my
Oh, that's superb.
This thing just fucking looked at me. Oh
That's superb.
The baby monkey also appeared to be named after a famous horror film doll.
You're all gonna think this is so insane, but I just took out the certificate of authenticity for her, and you're not gonna freaking believe the name on this thing.
Cassie and Annabelle also happen to live side by side with parted souls.
We live right across the street from a cemetery, and once I posted that, everybody really got freaked out and was like, you need to get rid of that doll. It's probably taken on a spirit from across the way. One of these hands or feet about to grab me by the neck, I know it.
Observers of Annabelle's lifelike quality wanted proof her eyes were fixed.
For the people who say, oh, just her eyes are supposed to move, I have those dolls, when you pick them up, their eyes move. Her eyes aren't moving. They ain't moving. Poking her eyes, boop. She might get me back for that later, but no, her eyes don't move, except for when she wants them to.
It is possible that dolls and toys can have spirit attachments. I have experienced this in the past, and I know many people that have. Those eyes are apparently fixed, so there's no way they can suddenly look at her. I can't explain this. This is really bizarre, and it has totally freaked me out.
Oh my fucking God, I swear to God, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my.
We kind of project our fears onto dolls. We're almost waiting for them to move or waiting for them to look at us, and that's what really creeps us out. In this case, I think it's just a trick of the light as she opens up the package, but no monkey dolls in my household in the future, thank you. Absolutely not.
And for once, arch-skeptic Kieran is baffled.
It's that uncomfortable, kind of blurry line between inanimate and then animate and ultimately a human quality about it. I genuinely can't explain this monkey doll's eye movements.
For Cassie, the eye movement remains unexplained, and Annabelle is now part of the family.
I can't figure out if she seems more real and struggling to stay fake in the light, or she looks more real. She wants to break out so bad right now.
I'm not gonna burn it. I'm not gonna throw it away. Also, I was like, you guys have seen those movies, right? When the doll gets thrown away, it usually comes back. It does something really crazy then, so she'll just stay in the box for now.
It's a love-hate relationship that's here to stay. Cassie's not the only one living with walking, talking, living dolls.
Dude, I've got to be tripping right now. This motherfucker just moved, dude.
In Hamilton, Ohio, one resident's got his own Annabelle-like figures coming to life.
Gotta be tripping. Oh boy, we out of here. Nope. I'm literally the only one that's here right now. My wife is gone.
Not just one, but two shuffling in the cabinet in a bid for freedom.
Oh my God, dude.
Other dolls seem to gain life by sending out a spirit. This cat is watching its owner's doll from the 1950s that seems intent on reclaiming the room. Chased by a dark spirit cloud, the cat's not arguing with her powers of persuasion. Back in Scarborough, something's been throwing its weight around. Now, heavier objects are no problem for the troublesome telekinetic shop assistant.
Another incident that happened in here was the tin rolling. There's no way that it could have rolled by itself, which I find very strange. We had some tins up here, all stacked up like that. It came off this way when the natural gradient of the shop slopes that way, because it's quite old. It's got some natural slope, and it always wants to roll that way. There's no way that it could have rolled by itself. It's very strange, definitely unexplained.
Whoa, what was that? That was off the top shelf. That comes right from, like, the back. Oh, there was a black shadow. There was a black shadow after.
Oh. Is that something else falling? Or is it pushed?
The whole vibe was twisting customers' noodles.
They came in and they'd say, it feels really heavy in here, and they feel like there's like a presence, like a heavy presence. There's a man, one customer said. She described it in such a way like he was in front in the face. I was like, what do you mean? And she said he's really like angry with me. One of my lady customers talked about how his presence was really dark. He's not evil or demonic, he's just a really grumpy old man that doesn't like me being here.
Could the spooky atmosphere and persistent packet pushing prove paranormal?
I found the packet that fell from the shelves, or was it pushed from the shelves? I found that really interesting because it's quite an abnormal movement. It wasn't just a gentle roll off that something had been overstacked. It was a very clear, sudden push. So I'm not sure if I can explain that. And that makes for quite an interesting watch.
These noodles look like they got thrown from the back of the shelf to the front, and they were thrown or pushed with some force. It is truly remarkable to catch something like that on camera.
And it's backed up by the footage of the tin being popped off the top shelf.
This clip is pretty amazing. The tin seems to come over the ledge, as in it's being held back in position by some, fencing, some mesh, whatever it is that's on the shelving unit. But you see quite a violent act. A tin does get thrown from the top of that shelf.
It takes an awful lot of energy for a spirit to be able to move things like the packets, tins, etc. Our three-dimensional world is where we are meant to be. And spirit are supposed to be in the dimension that they inhabit. For them to cross over, start to move things, it really takes an awful lot of energy and purpose for them to do that.
Based upon the evidence I've seen, I would say that it's more likely than not that her shop is haunted.
I think the movement that we get of that can from the upper shelf is more in line with simply an object falling off a shelf because of balance, because of vibration. Are there heavy lorries? Are there any ships, given that this is a coastal location? Those sorts of things that might cause enough vibration to cause the object to fall off the shelf.
I cannot think of any way to explain it. It had to be the paranormal.
All around the world, the departed can't seem to let the past go. Home surveillance cameras and indoor security are monitoring paranormal visitors like never before. This baby seems to pick up a vibe in the room. But as a light flashes across the room, the baby boy reaches out, sensing someone else. His grandmother only died a matter of days ago. Granny seems to be missing her grandchild. Ghost Granny is just playing with him.
You said hi too. Hi.
And in Canada, a recently bereaved woman felt her dad popped by to say one last goodbye. So flying was the visit, it looked like he'd taken up cycling. But when a dead soldier sits on a bench next to a war memorial, that's particularly strange. Back in Peru, explorer Frank has stumbled across a group of people gathered in the back of a graveyard by candlelight.
I don't know what they're doing. Oh, it just got dark. They just turned off their lights. Looks like somebody on a hoodie over there. Do they see me?
Then a swift exit.
Wait, I got movement over there. I think they're leaving. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A silent, ordered, semi-religious procession.
And they're walking off.
With the coast clear, Frank switched cameras and turned on the lights.
I think they were back here somewhere.
I would not be getting any closer if I was him.
You would not want to be hanging around there.
Fuck. What the hell is that?
Oh my... What is that?
Well, I found where the lights were coming from.
That almost looks like a voodooistic ritual.
That looks like a voodoo doll.
Don't move it! Stop moving things!
Okay, now I see it. That's a star.
Next to it was a jar.
Oh, look at this.
That had a whole bunch of... I don't know what was on the inside of the jar. I'm not going to open it.
This is black magic. It's dark witchcraft.
They were definitely doing something here. That is bad. And they lit up a whole bunch of candles. There's something burnt there on the side. If you look, see that?
I started getting nervous at that point.
I'm seeing like two things. I thought I saw something move over there, but that's a plant. And then that Mickey Mouse right there scared the hell out of me. I thought somebody was praying. At this point now, I'm gonna get out of here because I really don't feel safe.
But Frank's exit was blocked. Cornered in the graveyard, surrounded by unexplained noises.
I just thought I heard laughing again. I just got another sound up here.
Back in the UK, in Worksop, Nottinghamshire, home to Hannah Rowett, loving owner to 3 Labradors. A regular dog walker in Clumber Park.
There has been rumours over the years that the park is haunted. Some people say they've seen grey ladies there. I've never experienced anything there in the past myself until that particular morning. There was just a feeling around the place. The atmosphere was different and I just had a feeling that there was somebody there watching me. I took my phone out and took a photograph. And as I took the photograph, I saw the thing crawl across in front of me. At first I thought it was an animal, but then when I followed it with my torch, it had disappeared. So when I looked back on the camera, I could clearly see that it was some creature.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Hang on, that was quick.
Demon dog.
I was completely taken aback by it. I can't really explain it. It was almost like part human, part animal. You don't really see humans crawling on all fours, but yes, it was quite sinister.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is that? I mean, is it a dog? Or is that a person on all fours? That is totally and utterly weird. The very fact that it was captured by chance on someone's phone speaks volumes. Actually, I've seen something similar to this before. My first thoughts on this is this some form of elemental creature, this being, something that is not quite human, because it looks like it's walking on all fours, but quite stealthily. It's transparent. It could be like the first manifestations of some form of ethereal being.
This footage is taken from an early morning dog walk. It's cold, so we've got a distinct possibility that Hannah breathing is actually causing this phenomena.
We can't make out what it is, but it looks like there's some kind of mist or spectral figure moving across the path in front of her. But I think here's a really good example of how we can interpret environmental things differently. Maybe a little bit of pareidolia going on. So we try and see familiar faces, familiar shapes in random things. In this case, let's say it's mist. Let's say it's something quite normal and environmental like that. But when seen through a lens and you're expecting something a little bit spooky, it might become a ghost dog or some kind of strange lumbering animal. But I'm not entirely sure this is paranormal. Strange, yes, but I don't know if it's a ghost.
The actual image itself holds its form for the whole 3 seconds. If it was fog, it would disperse. It wasn't foggy. The way it's crawling across the road, you can't deny that it is paranormal.
Across the globe, bizarre light phenomenon appear to be from another world. In South Korea, an out-of-control, multicoloured smoke trail monitored from above leaves this guy feeling threatened. Is it an alien presence? Weirdly, a very similar smoke trail and huge hovering light appears 1,000 miles away in China. The smoke trail, the jewel orbs. The searchlight, all a complete mystery to local residents. Is it a secret military rocket? Or an extraterrestrial arrival party? If that's not scary enough. Also in China, strange static lights in the clouds appear like a ring of steel above tower blocks. Is this a new security measure? Or just an unexplained reflection? Booking a hotel you've never stayed at before can be a risk. But in North Wales, an overnight at the Ruthin Castle involved unexpected guests. Rhiann and her boyfriend James were on a birthday retreat, but took their paranormal investigation kit just in case.
At Ruthin Castle that night, it was something else, something we'd never really experienced before.
They began to explore the drawing room and read the electromagnetic field.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing on the K2 now.
No.
In the drawing room was where it all started to kick off.
Oh.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh. When they all started lighting up, me and James were absolutely stunned.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
We were really shocked because we're not used to this at all.
Something was giving off a very high spike in the electromagnetic field that was possibly causing both devices to go off simultaneously.
Oh.
In the banqueting hall, something was in the mood to communicate.
We just get to see you tonight, and we're just looking to communicate with you.
Is that a footstep?
Thank you.
When we started filming, we caught footsteps on sort of the balcony area of the banquet room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then footsteps coming to the right of us.
What?
She did movement behind.
Really?
There are clear footsteps. I mean, unless that's her walking around, I don't think so. There's only 2 of them there. So who's responsible for walking around? Let's just play that again.
We're just guests here tonight, and we're just looking to communicate with you. Thank you.
Thank you. What?
As James felt footsteps near him and he had this sort of odd feeling as well, he started to become quite scared.
Emboldened by the communication with the other side, Rhiann and James went deeper into the cellar.
Am I in the right place now?
We got a few taps, a few knocks, nothing sort of that we experienced on earlier on in the night.
But it wasn't until they got home they realised what they'd actually caught on camera in the cellar.
All of a sudden, we looked at the screen and were like, what was that? In the wardrobe, there was a mirror on the front and there was a shadow figure slowly walking past in the mirror, and we were like, what is that? James was stood still and this shadow figure kept walking past. When we saw that, we were gobsmacked.
Am I in the right place now?
Oh, okay. That's a little bit unnerving. Shadow in a mirror. That's kind of everyone's nightmare fuel, isn't it? Something stepping out from behind you.
Am I in the right place now?
Whoa, what was that? Unless there was someone else in the room with them, out of shot, there's no explanation for that at all. That's weird. That is a proper shadow.
I think on that night, the spirits definitely tried to communicate with us. I think they felt comfortable with us to show themselves, and the want to try and talk to us as well.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
It had such an intense energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There is definitely a presence in that castle.
I find the shadow in the mirror or the glass to be arguably the most compelling piece of evidence that they've captured. I think shadow figures are just as exciting as seeing a full apparition in some cases.
Footsteps, disembodied voices, even EMF fluctuations are all classic kind of symptoms of a haunting. They're things that investigators look for when they're carrying out a paranormal investigation. But when you do hear footsteps and you know that there's no one else around, that's quite compelling evidence.
Back in Peru,
Seeking my way towards the church. So far, still no sign of anyone. Look at all that. I thought that was a person right there.
explorer Frank is trapped in a graveyard after witnessing a strange ritual.
I just got another sound up here.
As I was hearing the sounds coming more from the front of the graveyard, I'm crossing a corner of a tomb. What I saw staring back at me, I've never seen before.
What the hell is that? Hola?
What the hell is that? Oh my God, it's moving.
Hola? Looks like a face staring right at me. It looked like it was a solid entity, just sitting there watching me.
What the hell is that? Hola? Hola?
When Frank went round the corner, there was nothing.
What was that?
no, 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 no.
Oh, it peeped.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
Hola.
It moves, it disappears. Oh, that's pretty creepy.
This isn't human.
What the hell is that?
This is not human.
Hola. That was freaking horrifying. I literally just seen something just staring at me through the wall as I'm making my way out of here. I'm leaving this place now. That actually got me goosebumps. It literally looked like something was just staring right at me. All right. All right, I just made it out, and this place is like a dead zone.
Frank now feels it might have been a duende. A folklore figure in South America, a trickster who guards the riches of the underworld.
If what I seen was a duende, could have been observing the ritual, it could have been a spiritual phenomenon. All I know from my point of view is that it definitely wasn't a person.
Duendes are kind of gnomes. They're humanoid folkloric figures that can be found across South and Latin America into the Philippines and Guam. And they're kind of benevolent spirits. They're often found in forests, but they can also be quite cruel and malevolent.
I don't think it was human. I don't think it was a person. I think he may well have captured and seen something paranormal.
Hola?
There's a significant period of time between when the face looks out and him actually going round the corner to investigate. And although it'd have to be somebody quite quick, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that you've got somebody, a child or smaller adult, looking round, they see that there's somebody else there, and then they go off and hide somewhere. So for me, it's perfectly natural what we're looking at, but still exciting footage.
What I seen, for me, was completely unexplainable. I've never seen something like that before.